Hey y'all, it's your boy Rocco,
And Dan,
and today is W, so we're talking about washrooms. Yeah, we kind of cheated, but restrooms. We're gonna talk everything when it comes to navigating the bathrooms, how to assess situations, how to be safe, and when is maybe the pivotal point where you should change bathrooms if you are starting to pass. I think I started using the men's restrooms regularly for maybe 3 months into taking tea. I was binding at all times, and the the passing factors of me is I had a lower voice and short hair. That was about it. No facial hair. And the main reason I did switch bathrooms, besides obviously wanting to, was it constantly got to the point where I was scaring women and children. They were staring. They would walk in and like immediately walk out because they're scared. There's like shit. I went to the wrong bathroom. It just got to the point where I wasn't the only uncomfortable one. I was making other people uncomfortable, and that wasn't cool for me. Like no one deserves to walk in a bathroom and be scared and uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was like, okay, I really need to do this, but I was scared. I have been using women's bathrooms for over 20 years, and I don't know how it is in the guys' room. Do you know what I mean? So I would talk to other trans men and just get their 2 cents on it, and they kept reiterating the fact about how the men's and women's bathrooms are so different when it comes to like how people are in it. Like in the women's bathrooms, everyone's checking each other out, looking at their hair, their outfits, wanting to talk, even if it's like small talk. But in the men's bathroom, it is the total opposite. No one makes eye contact. It's super quiet. Like they're literally in there to pee and get out. They don't even fucking wash their hands. You know what I mean? As opposed to women are checking their makeup, checking their outfit. They go in groups, just all that. So if you think about it that way, and you walk into the bathroom in the men's room, chances are no one's gonna even like know what your face looks like. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's true. I have noticed that I have not, like, it's like even at work, like whenever I use the men's restroom, and like I don't think I've ever made eye contact with another man in the restroom, like at
Yeah.
work or anything like that. I just don't think that I've ever cared. I think like the most eye contact I've made with people in the restroom are in like gay bars.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I mean, that's like a different situation because we are there to check each other out. But yeah, no, I totally agree with Rico. I think that like as long as like you like keep your head down and just like walk straight to the stall, like no one's gonna give you shit. Yeah.
And another thing is, if you're in a place you don't know, you've never been to the bathroom, and you're with a friend or whatever, that's a guy, someone that uses the men's bathroom, they can maybe check it out for you. Because what Sam and I always do if we're in a new space that one has been to or the other, we're like, I'm always like, what's the bathroom like?
Yeah.
1 stall, 2 stalls, no doors, 1 urinal, just like to get the layout. Because it's really important. Because for me, when I get to the men's bathroom, still to this day, I want to like know where everything is and just beeline. Just to like be safe about it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that totally makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, I always like I said, we always like ask if what the situation is like in there. Another thing that's important. I've always used the term battle buddies. It's like a military term, but I like whenever we're in a new space, if Rico and I are together, or if I'm with a cis friend or whatever, like I always try it like it to go to the bathroom with somebody else just in case, especially in new situations. Like Rico is a good friend, and like anytime he has to go to the bathroom, it's like, hey, I have to go to the bathroom. Are you good, or you want to come? And like we just like check in with each other to make sure like that the other one's comfortable and make sure that they don't need somebody to go with them. So I think that's a good practice to have. Like if you're out with a group of people or just another friend, ask that person if they need to go or if they want to go with you, just so that they feel safe. Because I know that it's helped me a lot, especially like before I started passing very well. Like just knowing that there was like I had a sense of security with going with somebody else.
Yeah, buddy system's important.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. It makes me feel a lot. Like it made me feel a lot safer before, like when I would get like looks if it happened. You know what I mean? Knowing that there's someone in the next stall that's gonna have your back if anything were to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rico and I have been lucky enough to not have any kind of bathroom altercations since starting using the men's room. Like I
Not like being called out.
no, definitely not. Like I think that we've definitely gotten a lot more looks than when we used to use the women's restroom. Yeah, but like I actually started using the men's restroom pre-T. I hadn't been on testosterone at all when I completely switched over to the men's restroom, and because I was getting so many looks in the females' restroom, and they were like just so unsure of what I was.
Yeah.
So I started using the men's restroom a long time ago, and so like for like the past like 3 years, I haven't had any altercations, but I have had to think about it a lot just to be safe on like what I would do, and I think that there's definitely a couple scenarios that, like Rico said that
I would just disengage. That's me. You
Yeah.
never know. Guys are nuts.
yeah.
That's just me.
So he just said that he just wants to like beeline straight out of there and just like not make eye contact, just like completely ignore them if they
Yeah.
try to say something, which I guess is smart.
If I'm
I think-
uncomfortable but I made it to the stall, I don't even wash my hands. I'll find a sink outside. That's what I would do at work. I
Yeah.
just, you know what I mean?
Just go the fuck out of there. Yeah. See, I don't know, but for me, like I always feel like I've always had to like just think about, okay, what if they do engage, and what if they block your way to the door or whatever. And my thought has always been that I'm literally like, especially if I'm packing that day, I'm literally just gonna cut my fucking dick and be like, look, there's something in my pants. You want to feel it because it's there. Like, thanks, I'm a man.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's always been my thought. It's just like fucking like show your dick off, man. Like they're not gonna argue with you if there's obviously something in your pants. Like what are they gonna say? Like cis men, unless they are allies, do not know what packers are and are not gonna know
Yeah.
like what's in your pants. You know what I mean? Like if there's like an obvious bulge there, they're not just gonna assume that we have prosthetics in our pants or
Yeah.
socks in our pants. Whatever the
Yeah.
fuck you use to pack, they're not gonna assume that
Yeah.
because cis men are mostly idiots.
Oh my god.
Not really, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. And I come to think of it, any instance I have where it's like words or stares or just awkwardness and they're like trying to clock me or whatever, it's always in the women's bathroom.
Yeah.
Always in the women's.
Yeah, no, for real.
I've never had a dude like double take at me in the bathroom
Never.
at all, unless they thought I was cute and it was at a gay bar, honestly.
Yeah.
Um,
There's really nothing. Like people think like assume the worst, especially when the bathroom bills were coming out. Like people are just like assuming the worst of what could happen to them in the restrooms. But honestly, y'all, like there have been so many trans people that have been using the proper bathrooms that match their gender identity for years with no fucking problems. Like I mean, yeah, there's like the freak incidents that happen, where people do get harassed, but I don't think it's as much of a big deal as people like worry about. I really think you're gonna be okay.
yeah, but ultimately, you know your situation better. You might not live in a city like we do. You know what I mean? You might I don't know. Just you know better than we do. Just assess the situation. But really, if you think it's okay and you're making women uncomfortable, give the men's room a try. But always have like a plan. Do you know what I mean? I always have a plan with so many different circumstances that could happen. I don't know how to explain it.
No, I mean that definitely makes sense. Just like have a plan for getting out of the bathroom in case there is an altercation.
Yeah.
Having a plan to use the buddy system when appropriate or when you can. Like being choosy on which public restrooms you use, like where you go to use the restroom. I mean, like there are so many businesses that have single stall restrooms now or
Yeah.
genderless restrooms now because of like the trans community coming into light more. That like literally almost everywhere you go now, you can find a family restroom or a genderless restroom.
Yeah.
Like so, definitely look if that should always be your first option. Like always use those if you have that opportunity, just to make sure you're safe. But
And one tip I would say when I would use the bathroom at work, a lot of bathrooms are lined up so when you walk in, there's like a huge mirror, hopefully, and that mirror you can see like the stall situation. So what I would do is like poke my foot towards the door, like open it just a little, look in the mirror, and see if both doors are closed. I wait outside. You know what I mean? And once a guy like walks out, I know. Of course, I'll look at the urinal, but I know that the stall's open. Do you know what I mean? If there's a line or you think all stalls are being used, just wait outside because you know how we said men don't really look around. If there's a line, of course, people start to look around because there's nothing else to do. So that's one thing, one pro tip I would say. If there's a line, just wait outside. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
yeah, I've also noticed that a lot of trans guys like have brought up the fact they're like, I'm really scared to use the men's room because my pee sounds different. And that's something that I've thought about too. Like I remember as a kid, like asking my dad, like why he's so loud when he pees, and like because like my pee never sounded like that, and so I didn't ever think that it would come back to me later in life because I was just like, why do you sound different when you pee, Dad? And
What the?
like I don't know, like it was just like something that like I would like notice as a kid, and it's something that has stuck with me, and I didn't expect it to, but. Yeah, so, and I've noticed that other trans guys have the same question, like, how do I make it sound like I am a cis guy peeing in the restroom if I sit down to pee? But yeah, so if you can't afford, like, an SCP, something that I've trained myself to do is that I, like, when you, like, if you sit down to pee and you start hovering, the more you can stand up, the louder your pee sounds. And I've actually gotten it myself trained that like at first I would just like barely hover over the toilet seat, and then I started being able to stand more and more upright, and now to the point where I can basically stand up straight and pee and not have any problems, and then it sounds just like you're a cis dude peeing in a urinal. So definitely try that out too. It does take a little bit of training to kind of get that flow right.
I did not know that about you. I can't even imagine that.
What you don't stand you don't try to stand the pee. You just
No.
sit on the. Well, for
Put
one,
toilet paper on the
y'all,
face.
yeah, no, I'm totally like a germaphobe, y'all. Like I wash my hands like 60 times a day. Honestly, like no bullshit. I don't even want to touch. I don't want to touch the toilet seat to even put the toilet paper on there. I am that creeped out by like the thought of touching someone. Like public restrooms just gross me out, y'all. I can't. It's taken me years to even be able to pee in a public restroom, just because like I'm very pee shy and I don't like germs. So. Yeah, like I hover, y'all. I've always hovered. But yeah, so like if you can train yourself to hover, you can start like slowly standing up more with even without an SCP, and you can get your flow right to be able to stand and pee. Don't face the toilet still. I still face away from the toilet, like basically like standing over it, but like how you would look if you were sitting on the toilet, like your feet still out right. But anyways, it's still like I don't think people like guys are really like looking under the stalls to see which way your feet are facing anyway. So like fuck that, whatever. But yeah, little tips if you are worried about like the sound of your pee, because I know it's something that I've seen people ask questions about. Yeah.
Also, prepare yourself if you're just now getting into like using the men's restroom. It's fucking nasty.
Gross,
you were gonna have to wipe piss off the seats like you're someone's fucking
No,
mom.
don't wipe the. Just don't touch it. Don't touch it.
If you're gonna touch it,
don't touch it. It's gross, y'all.
Yeah, it's fucking. Yeah, men are nasty.
Men are so gross.
I know the women's bathroom can get really shady, but men are too lazy to even flush.
Yeah. Use your feet to flush the men's toilet.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Use your toes. Don't touch that.
They should even know that for the women.
I would hope so, but don't touch the flusher.
You were raised right, you would know. Just boop boop. Okay, I think that wraps it up, right? We're done. Okay,
we're good.
So that does it for washrooms. Next is ABCD. WX. Okay. Woo! Okay, next week we are doing XX, XY, XX, XY. We're talking about intersex. I think it's super important. Not a lot of people know. I mean, they know like the basics of intersex, but it's definitely included in LGBTQIA. So we're gonna shine some light on intersex 101, I guess.
Yeah, I mean it's always that thing like you're either a man or you're a woman, but what if you're both?
Yeah,
so
what if you're intersex? Yeah. Cool. So you know what to do. If you like this video, please like, comment, share, and definitely subscribe. And we'll see you next week, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.